All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 98 of Pozios Picks. In today's episode, I'm going to be giving you guys my favorite plays from week 9 of this college football slate. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. The first game on the slate, Oregon is going to Utah. Utah are 6.5-point underdogs at home, and the total is set at 47.5. Another big-time Pac-12 matchup. If Oregon gets a win here, they put themselves back in position to get into the playoff with all of their remaining big games in Eugene. We know Utah loves to play spoiler, and we know it's a tough place to go win a game, but the offense won't have nearly as much success this week against a much better Oregon defense. And as this game goes on, I think Bo Nix and the Ducks will have enough to get it done. Give me Oregon minus the 6.5 on the road. The next game on the slate, USC is going to Cal. Cal are 10.5-point underdogs at home, and the total is set at 67.5. This is just an old-school Pac-12 matchup, in my opinion. We know about USC's offense and what they bring to the table, and Cal has quietly been scoring points all season long, averaging about 30 points per game and over 400 yards. The offenses are the much stronger sides of the ball for both of these teams. Don't need to dig too deep here. My play is going to be the over 67.5. USC gets back on track after 2 tough weeks, but the Golden Bears continue to expose that shaky USC defense. The next game on the slate, Washington is going to Stanford. Stanford are 26.5-point underdogs at home, and the total is set at 60.5. Washington goes to Stanford after surviving a legitimate scare last week against the Sun Devils. I think they straight up overlooked Arizona State, and they don't make that same mistake twice in this one. Stanford hasn't been able to stop anyone all year, giving up an average of 465 yards per game, and I think Michael Penix and the Washington offense take massive advantage of that and get back on the gas pedal. We're going big on the Huskies here. Give me Washington first half minus 14, Washington game minus 26.5, and the Washington team total over 42.5. The next game on the slate, Ohio State is going to Wisconsin. Wisconsin are 14.5-point underdogs at home, and the total is set at 45.5. Ohio State heads back on the road after taking care of business against Penn State at home last week. This does feel like a bit of a letdown spot for the Buckeyes after that big win, but with quarterback Tanner Mordecai out for the Badgers, I think their offense is really going to struggle, and eventually the Buckeye offense is going to do what they do and score points. Badgers don't have enough to stay in it in this one. Ohio State minus 14.5 is my play at Camp Randall. The last game I'm going to go over, a bit of a shorter episode today, not a great slate this week, but this should be a good one. North Carolina is going to Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech are 11.5-point underdogs, and the total is set at 63.5. North Carolina heads to Atlanta after a bad loss last week as 24-point favorites at home to Virginia. In this one, they'll be squaring off with a Georgia Tech defense that has been giving up over 450 yards per game this season, so Drake May and the offense should have no issue getting back on track. Georgia Tech, on the other side of the ball, has quietly put together the 36th best offense in the country behind the revived play of transfer Haynes King. Their offense should be able to have some success against the Heels here, especially at home. So with that being said, my play is going to be the over 63.5. I think the Tar Heels get back on track on offense, and Georgia Tech helps get us over the hump. That is going to do it for this episode of Pozios Picks, but before we get out of here, just want to say a couple things. Number one, be sure to follow us over on Pickett. Like I said, shorter episode today, but you guys already know we're going to add plays. So to make sure you guys see all of those plays we add, follow us on Pickett, turn on those notifications. You'll see when we add any new bets. Also, be sure to follow us over on SoBet. Our premium content has been going up there, and especially with college basketball soon, you do not want to miss any of that. Lastly, the new merch is live. Go ahead and click that link down in the bio, or if you're just listening, click that link in our Twitter bio or anywhere else, and you will find that new merch perfect for the fall with the weather getting colder. So be sure to check that out. We would really appreciate it. Thank you guys for listening. Good luck to everyone on your bets this week, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.